Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm spiritual coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, September 10th, 2023. Now, if you follow my podcast every day, and welcome back or welcome to this podcast. You heard me with a froggy voice last week, which had me cut back extensively the length of the podcast. Today, still a lingering cough that I've had for about 2 weeks. And I did struggle a little bit through the week with some flu-like symptoms. But today it's just the cough. When you go to sleep at night and you wake up and it's laid down on you, but you fall asleep. Well, that's where I'm at today. There's also some clearing thunderstorms going through, so you might hear that. There's one that just passed through. But, life is about feeling the sunshine, whether you have it or not, right? So here we are on a Sunday morning, September 10th. Welcome. So for those of you who are new, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com for all about my work, my upcoming events, appointments. Most appointments are available not only in New Jersey, but also via telephone and Zoom. And I do have clients all over the country and in other parts of the world. So don't let the location stop you. And for those of you coming back every week, thank you. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. I'm also on Facebook. I have a business page under, I believe it's Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Medium. I'm also under Instagram, Spirit Teacher Lisa Hopp. And I didn't this week as much as I normally do, but I usually post Monday through Friday inspirational messages on both Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to be adding more to Instagram than just daily posts. So please follow that sometimes you need a little nudge in life. That's very, very important. So you might have been drawn in here by the topic. And the topic is what I've learned from Jimmy Buffett, or what Jimmy Buffett has taught me. Now I want to say, for those of you new to me and came in because of his name, I did not know him personally. I do listen to his music. I have Margaritaville up on my Sirius. And for a long time now. And I have gone and have friends we love Margaritaville. And even the day before I heard of his passing, which I heard about his passing pretty much when it was announced live, the day before I was looking at Margaritaville RV resorts, and I don't even own her RV. But you never know. I bet you that's coming. And so I guess you could say I'm a parrot head, perhaps a quieter one. He was just a genuinely wonderful man. And I knew that because I'm wonderful at reading people. And I read his energy as soon as I had access to it. And I just thought, yeah, this is a man I want to follow. We're all human. We all have moments. And overall, the moments left by him have been incredibly positive, wonderful. He was a teacher. He is a teacher because he still has an album coming out in November if you're listening to us at a later date, 2023. And just this morning, I was listening to Bubbles Up. I was listening to the song about gummies with Paul McCartney. It's good. I'm not, anyone who knows me personally knows I have not yet accessed the benefit of gummy, meaning it hasn't benefited me, but it benefits people I know. So, hey, why not? It obviously probably benefited him, especially towards the end of his life. I hear from his daughter Delaney and her post that he loved his weed and his wine. And as a wine lover myself, see, respect, respect. Respect. That just made me love him even more. So what has he taught me, especially since his passing? For those of you who are not new to my podcast know that about 2 months ago now, just a little over, on July 3rd and 6th, I had surgery to each of my femur bones. And the doctor involved was very positive about the outcome of these surgeries. And what I mean by that, yes, it's helping me. It has fixed a situation. But he was very positive about the ability to walk right away. And he met with a lot of help. He didn't really make it clear at first. He does now, by the way. I just saw him this week, and he's very clear now. But at first, he didn't really let me know that I would struggle with standing up. I would struggle. I would not be able to do stairs. Not even one. So I, by the way, love a positive energy and would have wanted him to talk the way he did to me. But I knew immediately that I was in for a challenging time. And it has challenged me. It has challenged me not only physically, but mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually at times. And so at this time, what the wonderful Jimmy Buffett has taught me is how I could have handled it all better. And I'm not, by the way, at this moment criticizing myself. I just learned lessons. And by the way, what he taught me, I knew, but he reinforced it. Because even throughout July, I was saying to myself, you're not being happy enough. You're not being joyful enough. You're working against yourself. You're working against your healing. I knew it. I knew it because I was going through lower emotions. I wasn't going through anger. I was going through frustration. I was going through sadness. I would just mostly impatience, frustration, I was experiencing a major amount of pain. So I wasn't the sparkly-eyed me that I normally would be. I wasn't the positive me all the time that I normally would be. Now, not enough, not all the time, and it was a reinforcement, the words that I've heard that was said from him as he came to his final days as Jimmy Buffett on earth. He did it the way I know I could have done it and the way it should be done. So what do I mean? For instance, I've already spoken about one of his daughters, but his wife, his daughters have all said how positive he was right to the end. He had a twinkle in his eye. He was making jokes. But what really got me was the last words he said to one of his sisters. He simply said to her, have fun. And it's just, yeah, have fun. This life is a game of life. We do take it seriously. Perhaps we take it too seriously, don't we? At times, little things become large things. But sometimes we go through large things and we are challenged. But in every way, we should always, as much as possible, reach for the smile. Reach for the gratitude, seeing the blessings. He kept his diagnosis quiet for 4 years for the public, not to his family for the most part. Though, believe I already did, when he was diagnosed in 2019, one of his sisters was going through cancer. So he may have, played it down a little bit perhaps at first or kept quieter. But again, I didn't know him personally. But I believe I did read that. But even so, I think that's who he was. Anyway, he just went on with his life. He continued his concerts. He did his, final recording of his album, as I said, that's coming out in November. I believe his wife said in his statement just released that it would upset him when he had to cancel the concerts, and I could have the wrong person with that, or postpone them. He was hoping to get them all in, but the hospital visits and the doctors and all, having to deal with what was going on would sometimes get in the way. His wife did say that, and I may have to paraphrase, but, I'm not. Getting old is not for sissies. That was in her statement. That was in his statement when he had to postpone his one of his concerts, which I believe was Charleston. And that was such a positive way to look at it. Such a positive way. The thing is, the positive energy helped him, and it helped all those around him too. The will. If the will is to be here, the will be here. With him, he made sure his work was done. He made sure that he lined things in place. You heard me hit the table a bit. He lined things in place so he would feel that peace and that closure. And then he left something for all of us. He left wisdoms in his music. He left the testimonials of his loved ones and their interaction with him right to the last moment. He gave before he left. And that's a learning. That's a lesson for all of us. When I was in the hospital, there was a moment when a pastoral counselor visited me. He actually tried to visit twice, but I couldn't the second time. And I smile because I wonder if he visited twice because of our first visit. When he came in the first time, I was very positive. I sat with him. I was able to get to use a walker and help with physical therapists to sit on a chair and to speak with him. And I remember him saying, as he went to leave, I'm leaving feeling better than when I came in. You made me feel good. And all I remember, I just smiled. And I remember thinking in my head, I did my job. That is the same mindset that people like Jimmy Buffett have, and mindset that I know is so important to have. Your legacy, your jet stream as your plane flies by, your ripple effect. It's so important. It's not important because you're not loved. It's not important because you have to earn something. It's important because you are loved. You are more than enough. And what we put out, we get back. And we are all one. And so what you put out to others multiplies. It helps them. I was so grateful to be able to help this man who came in to visit me, a stranger. I was just being me. I wasn't faking it. I felt the way I talked. That's one thing about me is that don't ever ask me something you don't want the truth to. Because I really don't feel comfortable being untruthful. And so I always say it's like with my clients, I'm not going to lie to you because of my boss, which is higher energy, whether you know it is God or heaven or anything that would be of that realm. Spirit guides, departed loved ones. I'm not going to deceive you. And so when I speak, I'm genuine, whether I'm having an off day or not. And I mean that about what I've been going through. My goal is to always be in a place where someone looks forward to seeing me, because they know that the energy is going to be higher. Now, yesterday I worked, and one of my clients said to me, "Oh my gosh, you have such a white light around you." And my reaction was, "Oh, thank goodness, that's a good thing." And she was she was so happy. She was so moved by seeing that white light, that aura around me. That's a higher energy. Made my day. And I've heard that before when I've entered a room, that there is a light around me. And you can't fake that light, by the way. You can't, go, okay, I hope I have a light around me as I enter a room. When you're feeling like you're having a bad day, or you're feeling grumpy, or, anything that's more of a lower energy, you can't build a white light. It's natural. It's naturally there, or it's naturally not there. And so I've heard that about me before, and I was so grateful that kind of I guess it was back, because I wonder if it's always been there over the last couple of months. And now hopefully it will be there and stay and grow. See, when that person saw, they were impacted positively. And just like this wonderful singer, his intentions were to also be to impact others positively, to live a great life and to show a great life and how to live it. And that is eternal. That's not, that's so eternal, and he has the source of music, books, interviews, all kinds of things to make it eternal, as long as we make sure it's eternal. But it's eternal anyway, by the very nature of his spirit. The one he left on earth, and a one that'll still be around us. Do you think there's any time that a song is not played of his that he doesn't know? He knows. He knows the prayers. He knew about the gathering at Duval Street in Key West after he passed. He knows about the tributes. He knows. And he will help to grow it from where he is now, from that other realm, from the other side. He will still serve, as we should all be intent on serving in a very positive way. He knew that it would be helpful to him to smile, to crack jokes, to take care of others too. He wanted to do that, and he has, and he did. I knew, as I told you, that as I was recovering at the hardest time in July, I knew I wasn't helping myself enough, because I was being dragged down by the frustration and the pain. What I could have done and what I knew to do and didn't follow myself was different. And I'm going to tell you what you can do for yourself right now, how it can be different. You can step into a lighter place. Yes, it's often done through meditation, but let's say, for instance, that you are experiencing a lot of discomfort, whether it be emotional, whether it be physical, mental. And this, by the way, I am not a clinical therapist. This is just what I know works, and often works. When you're in these places, get into the centered moment. Don't force it. Just pay attention to what's in front of you. Perhaps it is something on the wall. Perhaps it's a lighted candle. Perhaps it is listening to a guided meditation and you're just centering on that. When you're in the centered moment, all that you're experiencing, that you're aware of, changes. You'll notice probably, you really should notice that the discomfort, if it's physical, is going to go away because you're not focusing on it. You're focusing on something else. And meditation is wonderful if you can do it. I've talked about Dr. Joe Dispenza before. He does guided meditations to go to space. When you go to space, you float out of your body. You float away. I can do that without a guided meditation now. I can kind of step outside of myself naturally. When you step outside of yourself, this is where healing takes place. It also takes place in the present moment too. Because if you're not aware of pain, it gives your body the ability to heal it. Because what you focus on expands. Now it's incredibly human and understandable. If you're in physical pain, you almost can't help focusing on it, right? So this is a exercise for, well, it needs discipline. It needs concentration. It needs to be practiced, over and over until it's perfected more. And there will be moments you just can't. But as much as you can get yourself into an outside space, the body will help itself in healing. And as it helps itself in healing, then that is the road to healing. And if your will is to be on this earth, then you will take that road to healing and get better and better and better. Now it's all right to be assisted. There was a moment, July 25th, that I got a hairline fracture. It was a day where I did more with activity. I had physical therapy, exercises, and it was just a day of where a leg that had been tested did not sustain a test. So that day I needed to take medicine. And when I visited the doctor this week, the nurse was quite surprised about how little I've used pain medicine throughout the last 2 months. 2 months, she wanted to know, how's that going? Do you need more of your medicine? Are you out? And I was like, no, I still have more. I haven't taken it in a long while. And she was like, wow, that's so great. And I kind of looked at her because that surprised me a bit that she felt that I still might need it consistently, but I've only taken something stronger than Tylenol, and I don't even like really taking Tylenol, but sometimes you have to do what is best. But I've taken it when I have a number 10 pain because of a break, or I've done too much and the pain has increased higher, and sleep is difficult. So if you need that kind of help, whatever that may be for you, I don't want to throw out suggestions, but whatever that may be for you, then it's all right. Meditation is not meant to replace or pressure you into replacing. It can replace, but this is not about pressure. This is not about you suffering. You're not supposed to be here suffering. You're supposed to be here feeling happy and joy. And Jimmy Buffett felt discomfort at the end of his life. It's documented that he did. And I know that his smile and his humor helped him with that discomfort naturally, as it can help you as well, whether it be physical pain, whether it be sadness, whether it just be I don't feel enough joy and happiness in my life and I want to increase it. So do the meditation, step out, and also smile as much as you can, just by yourself. Just smile when you're alone. There's a reason why they say laughter is the best medicine. Laugh a lot. Laugh. Yesterday I was laughing and I made the person across from me laugh. She goes, "Oh God, you're so cute with that laugh." Good, thank you. Yes, it was a bit of a little giggle. And so, laugh. Whatever humor you have, even if it's more a sardonic kind of, evil kind of laugh. It's okay. It's okay. Because that will help your body and that will help your life. The more you laugh, the more grateful you are. The more you see the blessings, the better your life will be and the better everyone's around you life will be. And then you'll have more gratitude because you'll see it and you go, I'm so grateful that I'm making such an impact in this world. And the universe will show you that you're making an impact by giving you blessings. More and more blessings multiplied. It's like a win-win. You win and everything around you wins and then you win more. It's like a win-win-win. It's a triple win, if not more. But remember, it's something you may have to work on. It cannot be faked. And I work on how I feel all the time. All the time. And thankfully, I have had 2 months to heal. So I don't have the challenges I had in July and August. But I still do. I still feel discomfort. I am still in the process of walking, learning how to walk better and better. I am still dealing with energy and building that up. And so I may have less challenges, but I am still very much a work in progress. And I'm still working on how I feel. And it's important to let go of what doesn't make you feel good. And that, I mean, your inner emotions about things. If it's regarding people and they're continually toxic, then yes, it may be best to let them go. But I find that even a smile and a brush it off your shoulder will drive them crazy and make their impact not as strong. And so it really is an inside job that starts with you. I believe that, by the way, entirely. When someone disappoints me in life, I go inside about it. How can I change this feeling that I have that caused me to be disappointed by them because they're just being who they are? And also what I do when someone disappoints me is that I make a note that I want more people in my life that won't in that way. Now, everybody is human and everybody has moments. What you want around you are those who are, not intentional with their moments. You want those that screw up and they didn't mean it, And forgiveness is always so important. Doing that work to forgive yourself and others. For what can happen when we navigate the relationships in our life. And you're important. You're important. And you deserve to feel happy to feel joy. However, it does come from yourself, as I said. So work on that. It's so important to work on that. Surround yourself with people that you can make laugh. They make you laugh. Watch funny things. Notice what to be grateful for around you. Look at your life and see what's going right, not just what's going wrong. Just see the magic, because believe it or not, when we get to heaven, we realize that life was more beautiful than we realized, that it really was good to us. Even through all the hardships, even through all the disappointments, even through all the sadness. It really was amazing. That's why we often want to do it again. So keep that in mind and go towards those good thoughts. And when needed, surround yourself with good music, good teachers, and once again, laughter. It's the elixir for life. I appreciate you listening today, and I hope this helped a bit. Please be sure to go to my website at lisahop.com. Please like, subscribe, and share. Because, and hit the notification button too, even though, well, I hope to post more than just every Sunday, but I'll let you know when I've uploaded, and then you can listen at your leisure. And once again, feel free to follow me on my business page on Facebook and on Instagram. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a blessed Sunday and a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you next time.